Hey everyone, this is Angie at Stamping with Amore. Welcome to my channel. Today is card day and we are making an elegant card today, and it does have meaning. I love these spiritual sentiments on this stamp set. It's called Hope and Peace, and this one says wishing you the hope and peace of Christ this season. And I just added some little pine cones from our Christmas season bundle. And I added a little bit of white. It needed just a little bit of white, so I'm using these dies, and I'll show you these all in just a minute. But it's just a regular 5.5 by 4 1/4 card. I didn't stamp the inside, but I will stamp the inside of this because this is for someone special. But this is what I'm sharing today. And I had to make one, so I thought I would just share this one with you today. It is a little bit more advanced for more of an avid stamper, but I know you beginners out there, you can do this. It's really easy to do. All right, so let's get started. If you are new to my channel, please subscribe, hit the bell for notifications each time I upload a new video. If you like it, give it a thumbs up, comment below, and please share the video because it really helps my channel. Thank you everyone in advance for that. I really do appreciate those of you who do that. All right, so what you are going to need is a piece of 5.5 by 4 1/4. This is a regular card base. It's 5.5 by 8.5. Score it at 4 1/4 for those of you who are beginners. We are going to mat it, and it's 5 1/4 by 4. And then you need a piece to stamp the sentiment, and this is 1.5 by 4 1/4. So those are all our measurements. It just goes on like that. And we're going to do a whole lot of stamping first, and we're going to cut them out with our cut and emboss, and we will be ready to put it all together. All right, so I have my basic white, which I'm going to stamp on, and we're going to also stamp the sentiment on here. Let's do that one first. So the colors I'm using for this, in the designer series paper, I didn't tell you which that one I'm using it from. It's from the Boughs of Holly, and it's this one, and I'm actually using the back of the poinsettia one. And this paper is so beautiful. I love this paper. But I'm just going to use the back because I didn't want the busyness of the poinsettias. I just wanted the focal point to be on the front. So the colors that we're using are Crumb Cake, Soft Suede, Early Espresso, Pear Pizzazz, and Old Olive. So I'm stamping the sentiment with Early Espresso. All right, so we are going to stamp this, and you're just going to stamp it. I'm using the same sentiment. Wishing you the hope and peace of Christ this season. So that's going to go right in the center. Hopefully I got it straight. I like to do this on the Stamparatus when I'm doing something this extravagant. And then we are going to go ahead and stamp the other elements. Let me show you the stamp sets that we're using. So I'm using the Christmas season and also the dies for this. Oops, I got it all stuck there. I'll link the name of the dies because I'm pretty sure that you have to buy these separately in this catalog. I have to double check that because I can't remember, but this is in our annual catalog. It came back from last year. And then I'm using the Hope and Peace. You can use a lot of the sentiments on here. This Emmanuel, God is with us. I love this one because it's very spiritual, and it's the true meaning of Christmas, so I really love that. And then we are going to use these dies, which are the Forever Flourishing dies. I love these dies because I've used them for so much, but I'm using this one for the little white pieces that I showed you on the other card. So that is everything. So we're going to go ahead, and I am going to grab the other colors here, and we're going to stamp. So we're going to use Crumb Cake and Soft Suede for the pine cones, and we're going to do 2 of the small ones. So I'm stamping. This is 2-step stamping for those of you who are new to this. So I'm going to stamp 2 of these, and then you take the other one, and we're going to use Soft Suede for that, and then you stamp right on top. You just line them up and stamp, and we're going to do this one. So it gives it a more 3D look. And then I'm going to do the same with the large one. I'm going to stamp that one. the solid piece in the crumb cake, and then we're going to put the soft suede on top. Just like that. And then we're going to do the pine needles, and we're going to do those in the Pear Pizzazz and the Old Olive. Now the Pear Pizzazz is the lighter color and the Old Olive is the dark, but I'm going to show you what I'm doing with this. This is not a two-step, but I'm going to show you a little technique that I like to use on like these needles. So I'm going to just stamp the whole thing in the Pear Pizzazz, and I'm going to kind of roll this one a little bit. And every time you do this, you're going to get it looking a little bit different. You're going to, like this one, you can see like the Pear Pizzazz on the end. I'm going to do this again, and I'm going to show you a different way. I just kind of roll the edges and stuff, just so it gives it variation in color. And I mean, it depends how much of the dark that you want on it. Sometimes I just do the tips and the ends like that, just to give some a different look. And you do need 5 of these. Oops. I went ahead and just stamped that whole thing, and I need to do that. So you get just a little bit of variation in your colors. So that is how I usually do that. I just like roll the edges, or it all depends how they all come out and the ones that I choose. Sometimes I'll do even more and pick out the ones that I want to use. Like I like these two. I like this one. And so we're going to use them all. I already did some other ones, so you can see the difference when they dry. They have some different, they look a little bit different. Just like that. All right, so I'm going to use my dies for these. We're going to cut out 2 of these. We're going to cut out the large one, and then I am going to cut out all 5 of these. And I will be right back with all of that. I'm also going to use this one, and I'm going to cut out that one just out of basic white. All right, let me go do that, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I have all 5 of these, my pine cones, and then this one. I need my little not my take your pick tool, but my piercer to get that one out. I love this little thing. I've used it, these leaves, for so much. And that's that. So those are all our pieces right there. We got our sentiment ready to go. And I am going to set these all aside. We're going to go ahead and mat this. I hate to cover up that beautiful poinsettia, but I just didn't want to use that side. I like this one better. I'm matting that. And then on this piece, I am just going to put adhesive on the ends there. And we're going to set that in the center so that I can kind of tuck the other pieces underneath. And this is trial and error for y'all, because you can just arrange these however you want. We're only going to use pieces of this. So I am going to cut these. I'm going to cut it as we go, actually, so I know where I'm going to put all this stuff. So I'm going to grab this one. I'm going to use wet glue for this so I can kind of move them around. So we're going to put our larger one down at the bottom here. And we are going to put some of our pine needles. I'm going to get this one, the darker one. I'm going to put those like that. And I'm going to use You have to cut the leaf part too if you're going to use these pieces. And these two, I'm just cutting apart. Alright, so I think I'm using this one here at the bottom. I can't remember actually where I used all these, so if it looks a little bit different, it's okay. You can put it however you like. Some of them I let stick up too because I like the look of that. And then I am going to also put on these pine cones here. Put one here. This is actually really relaxing. It's really fun to do. Put this one up a little bit. And then we're going to add our pine needles. Put one there. But I like the variation in color because you know pine needles aren't always like the same. And then I think the last one we're going to put on the side here. Like that. And then we're going to add these other pieces. And this one I added kind of underneath here. So let's see if I can, I needed to lift that up for a minute. See, I'm not going to get that whole thing on there, so I'm going to clip some of this. I think I stuck it on first before I did the pine cones last time, but this one's going to go under here. I just like the white showing on here, and then we're going to put these pieces on here. Again, I'm going to try to lift, there we go. That one will go under. And this one, let's see, should I just use this little piece? You just have to play with it and see how you like it. Like that. I think I'm gonna glue that piece down right there. And now before we finish, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna grab my dazzling diamonds, and I am gonna just add some glue to my pine needles and my pine cones because we need that glitter on there. And you can add it all before, but I found this was just as easy. And then I'm going to do the bottom part as well. This is really a pretty elegant card. And then I'm going to do this bottom one. And there you have it. It's all done. You can even add, I mean, you don't even have to add the big one. You can add two smaller. I just like the balance of the bigger one and the two. But there you go. So I hope you enjoyed this, everyone. It's really easy to do. It's really pretty. You just stamp and cut your pieces out, and then you just put them where you like them. But it just really makes it pretty elegant. All right, I hope you all have a blessed day. Here's my new December host code. If you need any supplies, don't forget the last chance list is out. You can get your products for the mini catalog that we have out right now, which I've been calling the holiday catalog, mini holiday. And all those things are going to be, there's a lot. There's a carryover list and a list for last chance on my blog at StampingWithAmore.com, where you can shop right from my blog. All right, everyone, I hope you have a blessed one. I'll catch you in the next one. See you later. Bye.